childhood and youth. 1816, faced with a lawsuit challenging the title to his Kentucky farm, Thomas Lincoln moved with his family to southwestern Indiana. There, as a squatter on public land, he hastily put up a half-faced camp, a crude structure of logs and boughs with one side open to the weather, in which the family took shelter behind a blazing fire. Soon he built a permanent cabin, and later he bought the land on which it stood. Abraham helped to clear the fields and to take care of the crops, but early acquired a dislike for hunting and fishing. In after years he recalled the panther's scream, the bears that preyed on the swine, and the poverty of Indiana frontier life, which was pretty pinching at times. The unhappiest period of his boyhood followed the death of his mother in the autumn of 1818. As a ragged 9-year-old, he saw her buried in the forest, then faced a winter without the warmth of a mother's love. Fortunately, before the onset of a second winter, Thomas Lincoln brought home from Kentucky a new wife for himself, a new mother for the children. Sarah Bush Johnston Lincoln, a widow with 2 girls and a boy of her own, had energy and affection to spare. She ran the household with an even hand, treating both sets of children as if she had borne them all. But she became especially fond of Abraham, and he of her. He afterward referred to her as his angel mother. His stepmother doubtless encouraged Lincoln's taste for reading, yet the original source of his desire to learn remains something of a mystery. Both his parents were almost completely illiterate, and he himself received little formal education. He once said that, as a boy, he had gone to school by littles, a little now and a little then, and his entire schooling amounted to no more than 1 year's attendance. His neighbors later recalled how he used to trudge for miles to borrow a book. According to his own statement, however, his early surroundings provided absolutely nothing to excite ambition for education. Of course, when I came of age I did not know much. Still, somehow, I could read, write, and cipher to the rule of 3. But that was all. Apparently the young Lincoln did not read a large number of books, but thoroughly absorbed the few that he did read. These included Parson Weems's life and memorable actions of George Washington, with its story of the little hatchet and the cherry tree, Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress, and Aesop's fables. From his earliest days he must have had some familiarity with the Bible, for it doubtless was the only book his family owned.